This week we are getting spooky.
Spooky season. It's spooky season.
This week we're talking about the spookiest commanders.
Ha! Sorry,
In
I got scared.
Magic the Gathering.
We're talking about the spoopy ones, the ones that would make your skin crawl. The creepy, not so silly little guys and gals that are out there in the Magic universe.
Yes.
Did we say our name?
No. What's your name, Ryan?
Oh, well, I'm Ryan, and you are,
Tyler.
and we are
Commander Paradise.
Paradise. Nice. Perfect.
That was something.
One take. Yeah, no rehearsing. That was raw, off the cuff.
Somehow it gets worse every time.
It really does. It really does. I don't think it's never going to get cleaner. It's like the food court floor in a mall.
Yeah, the one time we did it with Salt Mine was pretty sick, and then every other time has been god-awful.
Yeah. Which, you know what? That's okay.
That's life.
Yeah. But I think, we decided to kind of celebrate the spoopy season a little bit and talk about some scary characters.
Yes.
We're basing this more off of spooky characters and not so much the cards. Some of the cards are a little spoopy, but, that's not the main pull for this one.
Yeah, this is about the vibe of the guy or girl or them in the card.
Or thing. There's a couple things in the chat.
Definitely some it's as well. Yeah, so who's up first, Ryan?
I think the first one we should get into kind of as just a classic movie monsters, Tovlar, the werewolf, the dire overlord.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Innistrad on this list, but it's kind of how it is. I mean, they are
That's kind of what the fucking point of that set is, to be scary movie monster land.
Yeah.
And when you really boil it down and look at the art, you can it fits. There's some creepy art and grimy stuff. Mm-hmm. Especially from the earlier ones too. This is just the best werewolf.
Yeah, it's the best werewolf commander. It's not even close. There was another one. Technically, and he's bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
And this thing is pushed. It's just that werewolves suck. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's only good. It just makes the werewolf deck exist, is all this card does. But this card's insane. It draws cards. It's a Kessig Wolf Run on the back, which is insane.
Yeah, you just pay 2 Gruul and give everything trample, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, the amount of card draw is fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. And also the fact that it can stop your stuff from changing is super helpful, or flip everything today. Yeah. But also werewolves are scary.
Yeah. Those classic Wolfman, one of the universal monsters. That's a classic thing.
Yeah. I'm also thinking the only thing that's actually coming to mind now is Twilight. So,
well, that's kind of spooky.
It is pretty spooky,
have you ever,
especially that baby at the end.
Yeah, the baby is the real
the baby's thing. Fucked up. Elena was showing me stuff about it, and all of a sudden, I was like, "What? No, back it up." I got worried for a second. I was like, "Should I say my girlfriend's name on the podcast?" I just doxed my girlfriend's first name.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I was like, for a second, my brain was like, "Uh-oh," and I was like, "It doesn't fucking matter." But when she showed me a still of that, I was like, "You have to be kidding! That's not real." Well, and she's like, "It is."
That's the doll that they used to record it, and then they CGI'd on top of it, so it doesn't look that bad in the movie. It looks weird and Uncanny Valley, but it's not that horrific.
I think it's pretty horrific.
Yeah.
The eyes are way too big.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, it's
have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Twilight movies, Ryan?
Not all the way through.
You should.
Yeah, I've been meaning to. They're on the list.
They're very funny.
The first one's hysterical.
They get funnier, if you can believe it. They get that's so funny.
Yeah, they seem to get really off the rails, and then one of them ends up being like a Confederate vampire, right?
Yes, that's the
And
best
then it's
part.
like, what the?
So Jasper is this character. So you get to the third movie, and Stephanie Meyer realizes, oh, none of the other Cullens have like characterizations besides like the dad. You kind of get to know the dad, but the other, and Alice, you get to know Alice, but like Jasper and the the blonde sister, I don't know, Rosalina, something like that. And
That's close. Yeah, that
and
sounds
then
right.
like the Chad guy, I forget, Edward
Close.
and Edwin. Like what?
Yeah.
They get like a little bit of like characterization in that book, and so you find out that Jasper, when he got turned into a vampire, was in the 1800s, and he was like a Confederate like colonel or like a sergeant. He was like kind of high up there in like the Confederacy in Texas.
Damn.
And then after that's revealed, he has like this like terrible Southern accent. Not before. It's that scene happens, and then the rest of the movie, he has this terrible Southern accent. So you know they were like recording in order, and then they got to that scene, and they were like, "Oh shit, you should ham it up a little bit to like say that you're from Texas." And then from like the rest of the movies, well, I don't think he says anything in the other two. There's like two more movies, and he just never says anything. He's just like
They were
looks
like, we gotta
mysterious
write
and
out.
hot. That's it. Yeah, basically.
Like, I was gonna say, while we were talking about that, which is also crazy, I think the fact that they added the accent in after that bit is like so funny.
It's
they
so
should have just
good.
been like, he's like, I lost it after not being in Texas all these years, you know, some bullshit. Instead, he just, well,
Yeah.
I'm a vampire.
It's insane.
But Elena and I went to a little black market type thing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a dark web type black market, but like a black market for occult stuff, which was pretty fun. That's where I got this beanie. But I also do the influencer thing, make sure it's in focus. This fun guitar pick set.
That is fun.
Yeah, so shout out King Guru, Guro, Goro from Columbus, because they make some really sick stuff. And all the picks have cool stuff. It's got like a werewolf head with a dude's skull inside of it, and chains on the other side. And if you're a dude like me and you like thick picks, they're awesome. So, but that was like sitting on my desk, and I was like, no fucking way, that's crazy.
Dope. Well, yeah, so Tovalar is definitely spooky. Werewolves are spooky. They're in Twilight, and that shit's horrifying. Jacob's horrifying as a character.
Yeah, the long hair was a mistake.
The American Werewolf in London, that movie's awesome. If you haven't seen that movie, the like werewolf transformation in that movie is fucking like insane. So definitely spooky, definitely classic, and he's like the best werewolf thing we're ever gonna get. So
Yeah, absolutely. If you're interested, actually play him. I have a Tovalar deck, super fun.
Next up, let's go with the other half.
The other half
Of Twilight.
Ah,
Olivia Voldaren is pretty spooky for a couple different reasons. Like, there's a lot of vampire commanders, but the reason I think Olivia Voldaren is the spookiest of all of them is she actually turns people into vampires. Like, this part of the horror is like being bitten and becoming a vampire. And she's the only one that does that. Her 1 in a red deals 1 damage to another target creature. That creature becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. And then you could pay 5 and gain control of target vampire for as long as you control Olivia. So she does the vampire thing. She like does mind control. Spooky.
yeah. She bites, she deals 1 damage, and then you get turned into a vampire. She gets stronger because, you know, as vampires, like the bigger that their like group grows, the stronger the head vampire grows.
Mm-hmm.
So she's getting stronger the whole time, and then she can. What do they call it in? Oh, compelling in Vampire Diaries for all the girlies listening, all like 2 of you. Thank you for listening. But they can in Vampire Diaries they call it compelling, and that's where they like stare into their eyes and they're like, "You're gonna eat so many waffles that your stomach hurts and then you have to go to work. And then the person's like, yes, and they just start eating enough waffles, and then when their tummy hurts, they're like, oh, I gotta go to work now. And then they have like no idea what happened.
Dang. I'm gonna take that literally.
Yeah.
That's literally what happens.
Yep. Every episode, it's a procedural show. They just put all the characters in a different cafe and make some other person eat too many waffles. That's pretty much the whole show. So,
also the like the body on this lady is kind of scary because she, if you look, she's got like an extra leg, like she's holding like her knee, and you can kind of see. But then she's also got like both of her feet are down at her feet, or down at the bottom.
yeah.
So that's a little horrifying. It's just kind of like known as like a mistake in like magic art because the art's amazing, and then like that's just kind of like, oh wait, what are we looking at anatomically? Because it's definitely like she has her knee up, but she has both.
Yeah,
feet
there's
down
almost
there.
like a shadow under. So like where you can see there's almost like the shadow of a second leg or a third leg where it's being poached on. If you wanted to think about it, she's just holding it, but like anatomically it does look like there's a leg there, which is so funny.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Definitely spooky.
Yeah. I think it's funny that so many weird little things happen with magic art. Like when we were at SCG Con and we were talking to, I think his name was Phil. He did a lot of the D&D art. And he said, did you hear the story how he was talking about the troll?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he drew the whole top of the troll and he thought it looked sick, but that because it was going to be on a card, he knew the legs probably wouldn't be in it, so he didn't draw it with legs. And he sent it over and they were like, this is awesome, but can you draw legs on it? And he was like, okay. And he like scribbled some legs on it real fast. And then when he sent it out and the card came out, it was only from the fucking waist up again. So he was like, why did I even draw these legs? Which is so funny. And it was funny.
Yeah. Or how that whole secret lair had like unfinished art in it, like kind of recently.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it was
sucked.
like the artist spotlight one.
Yeah.
Which like sucks even harder that it's like specifically your art and then they specifically printed the wrong ones.
Yeah, like a one that wasn't finished yet. Like the wrong,
yeah,
like,
it was whatever the land was, like Amiria's Call or something like that. But you know what? Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
And this one is goofy. We got a vampire with 3 legs. So honestly, I think that's even scarier.
Yeah, I don't know. This art is still amazing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny.
I think it's sick. It's super funny. And there's also a secret layer art for it that's like pretty cool that I'd totally missed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a top-down shot, and she's like all by herself on a staircase.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Nice. I dig that.
Yeah. Vampires and Werewolves, the classic 2. All Hallows Eve. Tyler, what was your favorite Halloween candy to get growing up?
I don't know. It's more like things I didn't like. Like, if I like, as long as I didn't like it, I like loved it. I was like all about it. But there's just the ones I didn't like getting. Whatever the like fruit Tootsie Rolls are.
Oh, you're talking about the off-brand ones that are like lime and vanilla and cherry and stuff?
Orange and like the blue.
Yeah.
Ugh, those are cursed.
Dude, the blue were my favorite because they were vanilla. And I don't like normal Tootsie Rolls. So I was eating the shit out of those.
I'm okay with Tootsie Rolls.
I don't like that like super artificial chocolate flavor at times.
I'll have like
especially
one
when
a year.
like that's fair.
Same with Twizzlers. I'm not a big Twizzler guy, but like that one, like when it's in the break room Halloween time and there's a pile of candy, and I'll have my one Twizzler for the year, that little one.
Or when you're on a road trip and someone like flings the pack at you and it flops over and they're like, "You want Twizzler?" and you're like,
Yeah, I'll have one. Yeah.
Rip it out of the thing because everyone's eating a Twizzler.
Yeah, but I'm not buying the whole bag of Twizzlers. That's too many.
No.
Twizzlers. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
Matt,
for
if you're
somebody else
listening
to
this.
do. My least favorite was dots.
Yeah, I'm not a big dots guy.
Because they're not chewy, but they stick to your teeth.
They also have like a burning taste. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's like acidic. I don't know. It's this weird taste.
I always thought they tasted like chalky.
I don't know. It does not shock.
You might be allergic to dots.
I don't think so. I mean, it's just generic candy, but like I don't know. It just tasted like a battery. It tastes like you're like eating a 9-volt,
Oh yeah.
which
I
can't
like
be good.
licking 9 volts, so yeah.
I love all the chocolates though. All the chocolates are good.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
I was a big 4-square Hershey bar person too.
I know
Get a
you
little Hershey bar.
you appreciate these because I'm pretty sure we split these before. The like almond joys.
Yes.
Dude, I fuck with almond
Yes.
joys. People at work were
Yeah.
yelling at me because I was like, and people were like, no one likes almond joys. And I was like, I like almond joys.
It's like, oh, you can put all of them over here.
Yeah, just send them my way. They're good. That one almond is so good. And I'll eat a mound.
Dude,
too. They're both good.
that one almond's pulling so much weight.
Oh, it is.
I'll say, should we keep it in the family and keep it on Innistrad for another card?
Sure. Who do we got next?
I was thinking of good old Grimgrin.
Grin. Corpse
Just a classic Corpseborn. Grimgrin, Corpseborn. Just like a classic Frankenstein monster, you know?
Yeah, he's like a scab. He's like an amalgamation of bodies, like crumpled together by a stitcher.
Yeah.
He's not a reanimated zombie. He's like a lightning.
He's an it's
bolted
alive
zombie. Yeah.
zombie. He's alive. So it's like imagine Frankenstein, but without the depression.
Yeah, and
And only bloodlust.
he's got that big hook. So for like slashing, it's like the hash-slinging slasher.
Yeah.
He's also got this cool art.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
The
That
art for
is spooky.
That was really fun. It is spooky. And then he's also got the Secret Art Creepshow one, which is really, really fun.
I am buying that one.
Nice.
Because I'm buying the evil,
Yeah, with like the
Evil Dead one. And so I'm just going to buy all the goofy horror adjacent secret layers. And just put them in that deck.
Okay. Nice. Hell yeah. I think I'm definitely going to get the Princess Bride one
Nice.
from this rotation. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I have to have it. I have to build the Inigo Montoya deck.
I'm not a big Princess Bride guy. I've seen it like one time in like 7th grade during like school. It was like end of the year until like just like
Oh,
it was just
they
on.
were just like, let's throw something on.
Yeah. But it was like
Yeah.
like a school wide thing. Like we like all the
jeez.
TVs in the schools were like turned on to Princess Bride for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe
That's crazy.
the principal liked it or something. It was like everyone. So 6th, 7th, 8th grade, we were all watching Princess Bride, and I vaguely remember it. There's like a lot of like talking and like, 7th grade shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, goofing off. Everyone's also probably playing like tic-tac-toe or something.
Yeah, or Uno, or BS. We played a lot of BS in middle school.
Yeah. Or kissing.
I wasn't smooching in 7th grade. I was too afraid.
I can't think of anyone that kissed in 7th grade. I think we had like one couple kiss once in 8th grade, and everyone was like, but for reference, I went to like a Catholic middle school, so
I went to an arts middle
everyone,
school, so it's basically the same thing.
yeah, everyone's scared just of something different.
Yeah. But
But yeah,
Grimgrin, Corpseborn. He's born of the corpses. He's a zombie. We had to add a zombie in here. It's classic horror, spooky thing. You got Walking Dead. You got Night of the Living Dead. You got Dawn of the Dead. You got Zombieland.
You got 28 Days Later.
Ooh, that's a good one. You got The Last of Us.
Oh, if you're a real one, you got Train to Busan.
Ooh, I still haven't seen Train to Busan.
Dude, it is so good.
Yeah, people say it's good.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it with you at any point if you want. Let me know. Apparently, there's also this new, really crazy one called The Sadness.
That one's
that came out.
No, that one's supposed to be like fucked up. I know there's
It's really fucked up.
Yeah, there's a scene in that's like really, really fucked up. Don't watch The Sadness unless you're like into horror. Like that's like not a fun one.
Yeah, yeah. It's not necessarily like one where they are like, we gotta show everything on screen, because that's like gets really depraved, but there's a lot of insinuating stuff off of screen, which is like just as bad because your mind makes up all the bits in the middle.
Yee.
But zombies are fun, and I don't know if I'll ever get burned out on zombies. I think I'm a zombie person.
We're in that era. Like we were in the zombie renaissance. Like we had like Dawn of the Dead came out in like 2004. 28 Days Later, Zombieland, Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, like that first season. I don't know if you watched it, but when Walking Dead was cool,
I watched a little bit of it.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We're just zombie pilled. Like we're there. It's just a part of life.
Every day I wake up and I thank God for three things: America, apple pie, and zombies. Just kidding. I don't thank God for anything, but I do hope for zombies.
One day.
Someday. But where do you want to hop next? What's the next creepy crawly that we've got on this?
Oh, well, let's do some creepy crawlies.
Oh, perfect. I wasn't even thinking.
I was thinking for you. It's fine. We got Blex, Vesting Pest. He is a pest. He's like a weird, spooky creature, but then he also is a lord for all the creepy crawlies, the pets,
For all the
bats,
spooky wookies.
the insects, the snakes, and the spiders. All the things that people are afraid of, he's their king.
And I'm reading the thing on the back to see if it's got anything, but it's not.
It's search for Blex.
Yeah, the search for Blex.
Well, that's like a thing. They were like, you have to go into the swamp and like find Blex. That's like it was like an initiation for the students or something.
Oh, nice. He's a creepy crawly, evil, gross version of Yoda.
Yeah. Well, he was a pest because the pests were meant to be like they're disposable, basically. That's why like when they die, you gain a life. That like, and he escaped and grew.
So he's like the full pest.
Yeah, the pests are like, yeah. And that's
like
when
the
he
pests.
dies, you gain 4 life because he's the big pest.
He's a big pest. I like him. I also like that he's got eye stalks.
Yeah.
I think eye stalks are a good design.
Yeah. We need more eye stalks in the world.
Yeah. Oh, he would be sometimes. So I'm thinking of some of these cards as like movies, you know, we were talking earlier about like the equivalent of like certain cards to certain movies. I think Blex would be, there's a couple cards. I think Blex would be fun if it had like a mini-sode, you know, I don't need a whole movie about Blex and like pests and stuff, but I think like a little mini-sode would be fun.
Yeah,
But
it's like an episode of Goosebumps
spiders
or something.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah. I'm trying to find this one movie real fast.
He's also...
Or is it just called Spiders? Oh my God.
There's also that scene in King Kong, the like Peter Jackson King Kong, where all the bugs like come to life and they have to kill all the bugs and the bugs are like eating people. That one's kind of intense. That's a scary scene.
That is one. That is one of the scenes of all time. I didn't watch all that movie. I think I watched like half of it.
Because it's like 4 hours long. It's insane.
Yeah, and it just is like, it's definitely something you got to invest in.
And it's like, okay. It's like, fine. You like watch the whole thing. It's like, yeah, that's King Kong.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep, that was King Kong, all right.
Did you hear about the King Kong video game?
I played it.
No, the new one that like just came out.
Oh, no.
It's like amazingly bad. It's like
Really?
It's like the worst game of the year, for sure. Maybe Gollum, but it's like a worse game than Gollum, for sure. It's like much cheaper. But
Oh.
did you see Gollum?
Yeah, Gollum was really bad.
Yeah, that shit was amazing.
I don't know how it can get much cheaper than that. You know what I mean?
my God. No, this is like literal like vaporware. It's like this game is like a scam, basically.
That's like very different then.
Yeah. Gollum was basically a scam too, but it was hilarious. I liked watching videos about it.
Yeah, it was kind of funny seeing how like crazy it was. Okay, I have to find this movie real fast or it's gonna bug me
Bug you.
like crazy. So yeah, it's gonna bug me. I was watching a Papa Meat video with Wendigoon and they were talking about these scary movies, and there's this one that was like perfect. I think it's this one right here. Nope, this is a zombie movie. I can't find it. I give up. I think it was called Spider 3D.
Spider 3D.
Yeah, Spiders 3D. And it's like this crazy movie where this town gets invaded by like human-sized spiders.
Oh, I found it.
But
yeah,
all the spiders 3D. All the spiders are 3D. And apparently at one point there's a part where the spider knocks one of the guys to the ground and punches him with his mandibles like this. But instead of like a kind of sound you would expect from like a knife-shaped thing, it makes a like the classic
like punch sound,
boxing punch sound. Yeah, it's so funny. You just bam, 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 and you're like, what the shit?
That's funny.
Yeah, but sorry for that huge pause. That was gonna drive me crazy.
Oh, that's fine.
It's still gonna drive me crazy.
We'll do some studio magic.
cut that.
Who's up next?
Ooh, let's see. I think a good one would be El Reaper King.
Oh, okay.
Because I think this card is really creepy. And we also recently watched The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Guillermo del Toro.
I still haven't seen that.
It's fun. It was a really fun movie. And then the last 15 minutes of it, they like said the way that they were going to solve everything like 40 times. And it was like by the end you were like, okay, I fucking get it. Like, let's do something else, please. Like the rest of the movie was so well paced and so fun. And at the end, she's just like, I'm gonna clear your name, okay? Don't have to worry. And then the ghost takes a step forward. She's, I'm gonna clear your name. You don't have to worry. And then the ghost takes a step forward. She goes, I'm gonna clear. I'm not kidding. It's like over and over and over again.
They had to figure out how to end the movie. They didn't know how, but
yeah, because it's definitely one of those ones where it's more like a vignette. You know, it's like three little stories, and then they had to tie it up in some way. But it was pretty fun. But Reaper King kind of gives me that vibe, you know, like Killer Scarecrow.
Yeah, or like my favorite Scarecrow adjacent horror thing is my favorite Goosebumps book. It's The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. And it's just like this scarecrow comes to life at midnight and it's scary. That's about it. But it was the first Goosebumps I remember. It was like first or second grade. And I saw a kid reading it. I was like, what's that? And he let me borrow it. And I couldn't. I read like a chapter and I was like, that is too scary, bro. That's like, I couldn't. And then I read it like in like fourth grade and I was like, oh, this is fine. And I just read it and it was fine.
Yeah. That's super funny. I love that. It seems like you were a big Goosebumps kid.
Oh yeah, I've read a ton of Goosebumps, and I watched a lot of the episodes.
Yeah, the old TV show.
Yeah,
I love when R.L. Stine walks out at the beginning and goes, "Hi, I'm R.L. Stine, the author of Goosebumps."
Yes. That theme song goes so hard too.
It does, yeah.
Dun 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 dun. So good. But yeah, Reaper King is a spooky scarecrow guy. He's like hybrid mana. He's 5 color. Other scarecrow creatures you control get +1/+1. And then whenever another scarecrow comes into play under your control, destroy target permanent. So he just starts blowing stuff up. It's okay. It's like not good. All it does is like kill things. Which is kind of like, I don't know. What's the plan here? I guess it can destroy permanents. So if you can get like a bunch of changelings out and like do some crazy like changeling thing, you can just blow up everyone's lands and just be like, okay, well, You got me. All my lands are gone. But
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. It seems pretty easy to also like possibly do that, kind of stacks people out and then just start hitting for a bunch of stuff. Because if you're playing like changelings, they're also all getting the +1/+1, and he's already a 6/6.
Yeah.
It's already a 6/6.
And then you just play
and then
Mirror
it puts
Entity and then win or something, you know.
Yeah. Or like, what's the red one that also puts a bunch of counters on itself? You just like make sure they don't have any blockers, and you just start kind of like smacking face. I feel like it's way more of a Voltron or like a smack face deck than
it's
it
like a
would
go
be
wide.
anything else.
Just a tribal deck or typal deck, you know. Just a creature type go wide deck, you know. Just, you play a bunch of these things and you turn them sideways.
Yeah, the trick is just getting stuff that counts as a scarecrow.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I think it's a fun card too. I hope at some point, like if we go back to Morrowind, is it Morrowind Shadowmoor?
Lorwyn.
Lorwyn.
Yeah, but we are going back.
Oh, Skyrim. Oops. Yeah.
Also, this art's cool. It's got like pumpkin-y vibes.
Yep.
But yeah. He's a guy.
Spooky
He's definitely
dude.
spooky. Scarecrows are weird. You ever seen Wizard of
are
Oz?
weird.
That shit's weird.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
We're gonna do another 5-color.
We're doing another 5-color?
The first sliver.
Oh, yes.
Slivers are like just weird creatures. They're definitely scary because they're like a hive mind. These are it's kind of like Alien, where it's like they're a hive mind, and they just kind of are like a pest. They like take over everything, and they're like super powerful. They're super scary. Yeah, they're spooky. They're just weird little critters. Like look at that thing.
Yeah. Like a classic like alien infestation type thing.
Yeah.
And they're just like brutal. They feed off each other. Their only like real goal is to like be the only thing. Really crazy. And then they got the secret lair art where it's literally like hatching out of the egg.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, which just gives it away like so hard, which I think is so fun.
Like a bee, like Tremors or something, like just like a bee horror movie.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think the ones for Alien is originally just the egg by itself too. So this is
That
like kind
album-
of framed
or
the
that
same way.
Poster is iconic.
Yo, the album Alien goes crazy.
Surfing with Alien goes crazy, unironically.
Who's that by?
Joe Satriani.
Oh yes.
It's just some
hell yeah.
obnoxious guitar shreddy bullshit, but if you're into that, it's like the best. It's so good.
Yeah. Sometimes you throw that on and that's exactly what you need to like kick up the mood. You're like, oh, I just needed a middle-aged white guy shredding some strings to really pick me up.
It's like, okay, now I'm gonna vacuum my house.
I'm gonna vacuum my house and just get lost in it. That's also me with like the opposite end of the spectrum is Sun O. It's like, okay, I'm gonna vacuum and put on this 12-minute 1-chord song. Whoa.
Just trance out. So yes, I mean,
Yeah, you
look
just
at that sliver.
lose
Like
yourself.
that is, like you could substitute any of the slivers. Really, like any like 5-color sliver is a pretty good spooky commander because they're just a weird, scary thing.
Yeah. I would say probably like the most alien thing in Magic. Because I mean,
Yeah,
the Eldrazi are like obviously Eldritch Horror.
Yeah,
that's
that's like
like
a
its
different-
own separate thing.
alien.
Yeah, this
thing is sliver, and like
Yeah.
it's like definitely because they were like bioengineered, right? Or like
I'm pretty sure.
the Riptide Laboratory, weren't they like engineered to like? I don't know if they were like made by the laboratory, but they're definitely like they were brought there and then studied and then like broke out, which is classic. Classic,
I'm doing some reading.
There's tons of things where it's just like, oh, it's a big thing that broke out of a lab. Like Deep Blue Sea, is that the one with the sharks where it eats Samuel L. Jackson?
I think so. And I think I saw that. If that's the same movie that I'm thinking about, I saw that movie by accident, like on TV as a kid.
That's how I saw it.
That shit, it scared the absolute shit out of me because I didn't realize what was going on. I like walked in at the moment where the shark like pops out of the water and don't they have like lasers or something too? Is that something that happens?
I don't think there's lasers. There's laser sharks in some movie. I don't think that one.
I don't think it might. It's that. It might not be that then. But he eats the dude, and it was the first time I saw like a horror movie kill. Mm-hmm. One of the first times I saw like a scary movie, not action movie, because I'd seen Predator, but I feel like Predator is more like suspense. Mm-hmm. Where this was just meant to be like, holy shit, this dude got fucking killed by shit. Fuck, you know. And I was like, I don't like this. And then flash forward like 15 years later, and I'm like, let's rip it again. I'm trying to watch The Meg 2.
Yeah. I haven't seen
I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it, and I kind of only want to watch The Meg 2 because I've seen so many ads for it, but also I don't want to watch a 2-hour Jason Statham movie.
Yeah.
That's fair. I was like, if it was an hour and a half, maybe, but 2 hours is like, how much talking are we doing?
So yeah, slivers are pretty spooky, and you mentioned this, so we're going to go to this next one.
The slivers were originally domesticated and used for their abilities to help build empires because they worked together so well.
Oh. The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. Apparently they're ancient sentient beings, though.
We got Kelsian the Plague. This guy is literally Predator. He's a Mardu, a red, a white, and a black. For a 2/2 with vigilance and haste. Human assassin. He's from the human deck from Ikoria, which is the second precon I ever bought.
Nice.
It gets +1/+1 for each experience counter you have. And then you can tap it to deal 1 damage to target creature you don't control. When that creature dies this turn, you get an experience counter. And it's like this like scary guy with the mask hiding in a tree. So this is like your slasher killer, you know, your slasher archetype. He's literally Predator. He's like in the woods. Yeah. He's got a mask. He's got like glowing eyes. He's like killing dudes. But this could be Jason. This could be your My Bloody Valentine.
Michael Myers.
This could be your Michael Myers. I hope they do like classic horror movie killers in cards one day.
Yeah.
That's like my secret, my universes beyond of choice.
That would be sick if they did it in a way too where it was just kind of like the Princess Bride one has been, or I loved how they did the Dracula stuff for Crimson Val when they made all those Dracula themed cards, but it was just the alt arts for different cards in the set. Mm-hmm. It'd be sick if it was something like that too.
Yeah.
And they just like fucking ripped, you know, a picture of Jason onto the card and stuff.
I want Jason to have a unique text box so I can make, because they put Ash on Pure Steel Paladin, and like that's a good choice. Like I get it, but Pure Steel Paladin doesn't do anything for zombies. And so I'm making that deck right now, and trying to fit him in the zombie deck is hard because you have to just like start running equipment that you're not really wanting to run in a zombie deck. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm scared they would do something like that and just make him his own design so I can have my stinky scary guy. I love Jason. He's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm slowly going through all the movies. I watched part 2 a couple nights ago. Good, solid scares.
3 and 4 are really good. I think those.
I feel like that's where it comes into its own a little bit.
If you can somehow watch 3 in 3D with the red and blue, the glasses, it's a blast. It's so good. That's how I watched it, and that's why it's my favorite one because it was so stupid.
Do you want to smoke?
Yeah, the joint is in 3D, dude. It's the boobs are in 3D.
Yo,
it's great.
You want to take a hit?
It's so good.
If you're only listening, tune in to the video. Mostly just because I feel like we're making a lot of visual jokes and a lot of stares at the camera this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also the art for this dude is straight Predator. So
Yeah.
pretty much that, which is fun. Predator was like the first rated R movie. My dad like snuck me down to the basement. I remember watching it in like our unfinished basement in like my dad's cornered off office area. And he's like, "Don't tell your mom we watched this." And I was like, "Okay, Dad." That's what I sounded like when I was like 9.
Yeah.
And we watched it, and I think my favorite part is there's a bit where the dude gets hit by the laser beam, and his whole like side blows off, but you can tell it's just like cooked ground beef, and they just like throw it like that when he gets hit. Because I saw it, and I was like, "That's gruesome," and in my head, I was like, "That looks exactly like taco meat." I was like,
That's part of the fun.
"Oh," and they just throw it out there, yeah. But it's fun, and it's a crazy movie.
It is. The last like 20 minutes is insane. It's just like
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger like doing arts and crafts in the woods, and like it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's painting
and the way
himself,
that it
he's
gets
making
there
a bow. It's dope.
Yeah, he's making traps and shit. It's fun. It's a fun movie, especially because it's like got some of the classic horror stuff of like multiple kills.
Yeah.
There's the way it's like there's kills led off to like one person's left and they have to like figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's like paced like a horror
it's a
movie, but
slasher.
it's shot
It's
like an action movie.
It's a slasher
Like,
movie
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. It's like the Expendables if they had a masked killer in it.
Or a monster
You remember
movie.
the Expendables? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen scenes, maybe. I don't know if I've sat down and watched a whole one, but
They're not worth it.
yeah, that's the vibe I got.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched the second one as a joke and I was like, that's
It's a
if
movie.
you like
It's a good,
things
like, airplane movie.
exploding. Yeah, absolutely. But what are we ripping next?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I got one.
Nice. We were on the exact same page. This was the one I was going to say too.
We got some spooky dudes.
A whole council of spooky dudes, to be precise.
It's Obsidian Ghost Council. It's one white, black. When Obsidian Ghost Council enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile Obsidian. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. At the beginning of your next end step, it gains haste.
I think it's kind of fun. While we were talking about doing this episode, probably won't build it in paper, but I want to do a Moxfield brew of this that's a blink.
Yeah,
Just slam it up and down and drain gain.
like Corpse Night.
Yo, drain gain.
Deck.
Yeah, exactly.
But that art is like so cool. Like it's so
The
ghosty.
art is great. It gives Haunted Mansion vibes,
Yeah.
especially with that dude that's in the forefront. The way he's like so decayed,
Like on the
and his
left,
fingers are glass.
It looks like Snoke.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
And he's like conniving.
Get up here, get up in here. The dude in the back is fucked up.
Yeah, he's weird.
His shit is
I think that's
so
Karlov.
big. Like, really?
Yeah, I think that's Karlov. I think. Karlov of the Ghost Council or something like that. I could be wrong. But this is just your classic bunch of ghosts. Like Haunted Mansion, like you said. Or Haunting of Hill House. Or American Horror Story Haunted House. The only good season of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
I wouldn't say that, but I do agree. I agree.
Asylum
I
is
liked Asylum.
a mess. It's fun. It's like the craziest shit I've ever seen.
It makes no fucking sense.
And I enjoyed watching it, but it's hot garbage. And then all the other ones are like just not entertaining. All the other ones I ever saw. I've not seen all the other ones. But
Yeah.
Coven, I thought I was bored of tears. I watched like 3 episodes and I just couldn't do it. And then every time I've seen something else from it, it just hasn't hit like the first season, which was great. And then Asylum, which is just chaos. It's just the wildest stuff that's ever been put to television.
Yeah, it's really crazy, especially with the whole thought that everything's going to make sense at some point.
And it never
you're
does.
like, yeah, there's just a whole shot of an alien,
Yeah.
like on the last episode, and you're like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, that don't worry about it.
And Frank shows up in that show. Like, what is happening?
Does she really?
Yes.
I forgot about
And
that. I
Frank
need to
is in
watch
that
it again.
season.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Okay. I need to go back and rewatch it. Yeah, but I thought Coven was mid. It was fine. And then Freak Show I didn't even watch, but everyone that I know that watched it said it was not great. Hotel was pretty fun, but I think that was mostly because it was vampires and they went sexy vampires, so it's hard to like
Yeah. And Lady Gaga's
not
in that
like
one.
sexy
That's
vampires.
cheating.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't make Lady Gaga a sexy vampire and expect me to not love it. You know what I mean?
Like that's you get bonus points. For that.
Yeah, but the first season is super perfect. Like really, really good. If you don't watch any of the rest of the show, that one's good. We're also currently watching The Haunting of Hill House. We're like exactly halfway through it right now.
That's a perfect TV show.
Yeah,
That's like a top
it's
5 TV show for me. It's one of top 5 like piece of like horror media. It's amazing.
yeah, it's a ton of fun, and we've just hit the point where some of it started to double back on itself, and you're like, oh my god. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, did you
And
find
it's
out
so fun?
Do you know about Bent Neck Lady yet?
A little bit, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I just clipped the mic. I just remembered because that happens right at the end, and as it was happening, we were like,
Yeah, it's so insane.
"It's fucked up."
And then the
dude.
next
That
episode
whole-
is so good. There's like a lot of like one-shotters in that whole episode, and it's
Okay.
so awesome.
Nice, yeah. I'll say we're definitely working on finishing it here in the next like week or so.
And then you got to watch the new one. Mike Flanagan is the director.
Yeah, Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah, and it's really good as well.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend that.
Nice, solid. I also got to watch the Bly Manor one. We already watched Midnight Mass, and that one was
Awesome. That was fun.
so good. It's such a good ride.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but these guys are spooky little fucks.
Yeah, they're scary. Like, look at them. They look like they're goofy. Like, they're just like classic, like Ghostbusters ghosts, you know? Like, they just look like ghouls.
Yeah, they look mischievous.
Yeah.
Like they'd probably have ill will, but at the same time they would bumble too hard to like actually get anything
Cause any
done, you
trouble.
know? Yeah. It's like when they did the spin-off Casper show and they had the one lanky ghost and the one short tubby ghost and they would like go back and forth.
Don't talk to me about this Casper spinoff show, dude. I can't handle that right now.
All right, you know what? Let's move along. Let's get out of Ghost Town.
Someone call All American Rejects. We're moving on.
It's fucking good.
Okay.
Do you want to do Umbra or Umbra?
Yeah, this dude is like really spooky.
Yeah, if I came across this at any point in my life, I would poop my pants.
I would just like faint. I would die. I would just like cease to exist. Do you see this thing? It's Umbrus Fear Manifest. He is fear, the manifestation of fear on Innistrad. Do you know how fucked up that is? There's a lot of fear on Innistrad. And so all of it amalgamated into one being
One big cloud.
is crazy. It's a 5 mana, a blue and a black, 3 blue black, so 5 mana. It's for a 1/1. It's just a 1/1. But
It's just a 1/1.
It gets +1/+1 for each card your opponents own in exile. And then whenever it or another nightmare or horror, because it is a nightmare horror, enters the battlefield under your control, target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a land card. So it's like a mill commander, kind of. Mill in the sense that it's like, it's kind of even better mill because they're exiled. It's like super mill.
It's like a better Mirko Vosk.
Yeah.
Because it also buffs itself for all those cards.
And he's spooky. So this is just like the evil, spooky, like more than just like ghosts, like an evil like presence, like the Babadook or like Paranormal Activity, where you have like this like demon in your house, or like Insidious, something like that.
Yeah. It also gives me the vibes of like, now hold on, this is going to be, if we can make it, it'll make sense. The Scarecrow from Batman, if the fear gas that he made was alive.
Yeah.
Where it's like not even like the manifestation of it is just this black art of it, you know, where it seems like it's a black cloud, but like whoever comes in contact with it, it's whatever you're like most afraid of.
Yeah.
Which is like even crazier, especially if it's like a huge thing that can't be stopped and everyone's just like freaking out and running around. It's very Stranger Things-esque.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like the Mind Flayer thing.
Yeah. It's the Mind Flayer is like a pretty good, or like the Demogorgon, like it's that kind of, well, that's more of like a monster. But yeah, just like a spooky, or who's the guy from season 3 or season 4?
Oh, Vecna?
Yeah, like a Vecna kind of thing, just like this weird spooky thing.
Yeah. I think it's crazy, especially to be on Innistrad is like I feel bad for all the farmers on Innistrad. I know it's all fictional,
turnips, but dude.
Yeah, if I think about it too much, I'm like, dude, those dudes and gals are just trying to grow some corn, and they've got to like fight actual werewolves. They have to worry about vampires coming into their town, and then just a cloud of fear. What?
Terrifying. They're going through it. Cool.
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
Pouring out for Gavany, dude.
But let's pop on to another. I think this is another Innistrad card.
I think this is our last one too. So now we're getting into like some like weird Eldritch horror stuff, and this is really spooky.
This is spooky. Are we talking about? Is it
Gisela the Broken Blade?
I missed Phonics Day. I'll never forgive myself.
And so they did this cool thing. So there's like the 4 or 5 angels of Innistrad. I think it's 5. Yeah, 5. And I think they were all sisters.
Is that how it lines up?
I think.
I'll do a little research.
And there's Gisela, who is the red one, and she's really, really good. And then there's Bruna, who's the blue one. And then we get to Eldritch Moon and Great Noodly Moodly, what's her name? Emrakul appears and starts sticking her tentacles and stuff and starts turning things into weird eldritch beings. So you got like scary things that are even more scary now. It's like a vampire that's also Cthulhu and a bunch of, so it's kind of a fun set. And she got a bunch of the angels. And so Gisela the Broken Blade and Bruna the Fading Light, they've gone evil. But Gisela, so she's a 4 mana, 4/3 flying first strike lifelink. That's good stats, honestly. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you both own and control Gisela the Broken Blade and a creature named Bruna the Fading Light, exile them and then meld them together. So this is the first set with meld, and it makes this just scary thing. Brazella, Voice of Nightmares. You combine 2 cards together, and it's like these 2 angels melted together into this terrifying, spooky thing.
Yeah.
And it's got flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink. So it's just a giant Baneslayer angel thing. And then your opponents can't cast spells with converted mana cost 3 or less. So it's an Eldrazi angel now. So it's got to have some sort of big void winnower kind of text. And it's just a nightmare. It's just this. Look at that thing. It's like a Annihilation.
Yeah.
kind of vibes, or like The Thing, where it's very melty.
The Thing, absolutely. Blob horror-esque.
Yeah.
Also, it's got my birthday as its power and toughness, which is always fun. But yeah, there's 4 angels. It was the 2 of them, Sigarda and another one.
Avacyn.
Liesa.
Yeah. And then Avacyn. Avacyn's the white one.
Oh, yeah.
They all have white, and then each one has a different color. And then Liesa was the one who was like gone for some reason. And then she came back.
Just staying around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't get a card until Commander Legends. That was her first time she got a card.
Oh, is that where that one? Okay.
That's the one where like you pay.
I didn't know
whenever opponent casts a spell, they pay 2 life or whatever.
Yeah, which is really brutal.
Yeah.
That's the one that James has, right? Yeah.
And then there's the other one that's just kind of like a stacks piece. But it's cool. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and this kind of stuff is horrifying, and to think of like especially to take 2 angels, which are like in theory the like most uncorruptible thing,
and
then to like
completely
slam them together and be like your own being now. You're fucked up. You don't even exist anymore. Is like so much power. Like not even to corrupt an angel, but to cease it from existing, just simply by like
taking over the ego of the angel. Like it's like no longer itself. It's like a different thing. Like that's good horror right there. That's spooky.
Yeah. Especially because like we were just talking about like farmers, and you would think like
these
as
are their
as
saviors. Like this is like they worship these things. They worship Vows and they worship Bruna. Like
yeah. And to see both of them like coming, and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna save us!" And then they like clash in the sky, and then all of a sudden these tentacles come out, start like smacking your field, your house, and it's snagging kids and dogs and shit. And you're like, "What? Oh, I'm fucked."
Yeah. So definitely spooky. They just got a whole secret lair deck, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the flip card one.
Yeah, with angels. And they look pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this. The newer art
and
for
they're
it
cheap.
is very fun.
They're super cheap. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Gisela was like a $25 card for a long time, and now the secret lair one is $4. I might go buy that. That's pretty good.
I think that looking at it, that's like a cardboard one. That's like the one that doesn't have a flip side.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, which is stinky.
Okay, well, the good news is that the Eldritch Moon one is down. It's down to 16.
Yeah. Reprint cards. I get the secret layer one being like $30 if it's from a deck, but like, bro.
But yeah, 16
Bruh.
for Gisela. That's not bad. She's a mythic.
It's all right.
And she's like, it's just like, it's not a powerful card. It's like a cool card. It's like a cool $16 card.
Yeah. Like for what it is, I mean, like you could probably get a Ristic Study for that price too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, do we equate those two things
No.
on the same power scale? No.
But if you want to make a scary freaking angel, you gotta have it. You just gotta.
Printer paper go burr.
Oh, that's true. You can print it.
You can print it. So
Yeah.
$4 at the library for the whole deck.
Oh, that's true.
But it is fun, and I like corrupted angels. We're in the middle of watching like the Sabrina show that's made by the same people that made Riverdale.
Oh, nice.
We're watching 2 shows in tandem. It's pretty fun. There's definitely some bits that are like super Riverdale, and you're like, I don't really dig this whole vibe.
Yeah, I saw a couple Riverdale episodes, and I just never got into it.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes where the characters spontaneously like start singing in a scene, and you're like, this isn't the vibe for the rest of the show. What's going on? Other than that, it's a pretty good horror show, but there's a lot of like angels and corruption and like the opposite of like Christianity where they say a prayer, but they just inverse all the words that are the Catholic prayer, and it's kind of funny. So, Spooky Angels for the win.
Yeah. And that...
Can we do Mondrak next? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I think that was our last one, but we can do like a honorable mention for our weird thing.
Hell yeah. That works for me.
The Elishnicity.
I feel like, yeah, we have to talk about this thing because, like, even comparatively, like the other cards in this cycle, the art for this one is so extremely fucked up, and the scale of it is so much
it's
bigger.
so big. It's so big. I mean, it's like a god. It's a god of Phyrexia, which is sweet.
Yeah, but the fact that it's got, like, what, probably 5 mouths on it, the head, the way it's like body horror melded together and
like
stuff.
It's
like, oh, it's giving man, the symbiotes. What's the name? Not Spider-Man, but Hellraiser.
Oh yeah, it is giving Hellraiser.
You know, like, yeah, like some of the Phyrexia stuff gave like Hellraiser vibes, where it's just like pain for the sake of pain.
Yeah, and it's I feel like it could be a decent commander. It's a little one note. It's definitely like better than 99, but it's
oh yeah, that's why it's an honorable mention.
It's definitely spooky though.
Because
it's two
fucked up.
Two white for a 4/4. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead, which is just inherently insane. It's Anointed Procession, but it's on a creature, which is strictly better.
Yeah, and if you sacrifice 2 artifacts or creatures and pay 1 mana and 4 life, you can make it indestructible.
Yeah,
over and over and over again.
Yeah, and you put an indestructible counter on it, which is very interesting, because the Command Zone did a whole episode about the Domuses and like how you can make decks out of them, and the blue one is really interesting because it's proliferate. It's like if you would proliferate in an additional time. And so you can proliferate and get a bunch of indestructible counters, and then blue is really good at moving counters around. So you're just like moving indestructible counters around.
Oh, stinky nice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Which white doesn't really do that, but just making a bunch of tokens is cool. And you get that art.
That's like, yeah, if you're going wide and then someone casts like a board wipe, you still have your thing on board that like keeps making more tokens, you know?
Yeah, like spooky guy.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the art.
No,
it's
very, very cool. They like showed the art off before they showed off the card, and I remember like my jaw dropped when I saw that thing. I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, like what the hell is that?
Like, what? Yeah, what is that? It has so many mouths,
and then it's
the mouths in this Phyrexia set are so fucked up. The teeth,
yeah, and also the way it's framed, and there's just like lines and lines of people walking towards it that like get so small into the distance that you can't even see them anymore. Like it is, the scale of this makes it feel so massive compared to the other ones.
Can we talk about the Teeth Land? I hate this card. Why did
the Teeth Land?
Why did they make this? Like they're like teeth jutting out of the ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That looks crazy.
Yeah, that's the full art Secret goes is the Teeth Land, and I hate it. It's like, why did they do that?
I gotta look at it with my real eyes.
That's so unnecessary.
Realize there's teeth in the ground. Oh my god, yeah. It does look just like molars.
Yeah, there's just molars out of the ground.
There's just a bunch of molars in the ground.
I pulled
hate
a foil
that.
one. I got a foil Teeth Land, and I don't know what to do with it because I don't want to play with it.
I don't want to play with it.
I don't want to look at it.
That's crazy. Also, one of the first times I've ever seen the Zendikar Rising like promotional lands within like a payable amount. You can get this one for like $6.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is like actually insane for that.
The expeditions,
that cycle of
yeah,
stuff.
that's kind of insane.
Yeah, that's what right?
Yeah, if you want an expedition, that's a pretty good price.
that's you can't really beat that.
Yeah, the fetch lands and the shock lands hold all the value. Like a mana confluence. Like a mana confluence expedition is like $90 or something, I think.
Yeah. How much is the Cavern of Souls? Like $40?
Oh, probably more than that.
No, it is. I just looked at it. Yeah. It's about 50.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There was one that was like 150, but it wasn't the ultimate box topper one from Double Masters.
Yeah. Or Ultimate Masters.
Ultimate Masters.
Yeah.
Ultimate Masters. You can get Morphic Pool for like $20.
That's not bad.
You can get Black Slick Shores for $5. That's sick. Okay. Nice. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, fast lands are like are kind of niche. Like they're played, but like they're like tier. They're like the third
like 3
best
or 4.
Duel. They're like the second best duels in Pioneer, and probably like the 4th or 5th best duels in Modern. So like, they're not like super in high demand. Like the Is It ones are. So like, and the red white one. So Spire Bluff Canal and Razor Verge Thicket. No, that might be the red green one. Whatever the Boros one is. Yeah, because those colors see play like all formats.
I can't find it. It might not have actually been released in that cycle, but the Razor Verge Thicket is the Selesnya one.
It's Inspiring Vantage.
Okay, nice.
All the other ones are cheap. But yeah, I think that's all we got.
I think so too.
I think that is the spookiest commanders. You heard it here first, folks.
Ooh, spooky.
So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Sorry this was like kind of a chaotic episode, but
we came in on vibes and fumes alone.
Yeah, that was the game plan, was vibes and fumes. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment what your favorite spooky commander is, or what your favorite Halloween candy is, or what your favorite horror movie or horror thing. Like maybe you don't like horror movies, but you like Halloween Town. Okay, I'll take Halloween Town. That's fine.
That all counts. It's all. And what gets you in the spirit of the Halloween season?
Oh yeah.
Is it a fun hocus pocus moment? Do you like watching slashers, like old slashers? You watching new slashers? You like that psychological stuff? You like the stuff that makes you nervous? Let us know. Let us know. Someone commented on the last episode and let me know the difference between Flicker and Blink officially, finally, which was really sick, and I really appreciated that. So keep the comments coming. It's fun to see people interact with the show. So let us know what your spookiest vibe of the season is.
Also,
smash that like, subscribe, and bell, I guess.
Yeah.
We don't really worry about the bell.
So you know when new episodes come out.
Hit the bell, baby.
Also, follow us on TikTok. We got episodes like every day.
Yeah, TikTok is our big fun one, and Twitter. We'll be tweeting about everything and anything
Paradise.
that we can.
We'd be talking about the end times of Magic because they changed the booster packs and
oh my god, they changed
the world is ending.
Packs. How am I gonna spend my money? I don't know.
It'll be okay, guys. I think we'll survive having new aluminum wrapped around cardboard. I think we'll survive.
Yeah, it'll be you guys. Yeah, we'll be okay. We'll get there.
And if not,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hasbro's a bajillion-dollar corporation, so I doubt they're going to just let their biggest cash cow go away like that, you know? So,
you would think. We'll see. But
yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up with us. And yeah, bye-bye.